This week on That Weekend Though, we rejoice as it looks like there might actually be a title race in the Premier League as Chelsea beat Manchester City 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. The Blues' victory came courtesy of an N'Golo Kante goal that was Frank Lampard-esque in its delivery and a David Luiz header which may have gone some way towards silencing his critics. Present company not excluded. It also continues the theme of the Big Six taking points off each other as City have beaten Arsenal, Arsenal have beaten Spurs, Spurs have beaten Chelsea and now Chelsea have beaten Man City. The exception, of course, is Man United, who haven't beaten any of their big boy rivals, and Liverpool, who haven't been beaten by, well, anybody, and that leaves them top of the Premier League this weekend. To discuss this and so much more, Natalie, Pike and Jonny Nelson are with me. Natalie, we'll start with you. Looks like Man City didn't have any ideas.
It did. No, I would disagree. I think in the first half we were great. We were definitely the better team in the first half. We didn't take our chances, and then in the second half Chelsea came out and were great. I've got no complaints about the overall result. Perhaps it should have been 1-0. It definitely wasn't a corner. But I'm not complaining. In the second half they were better than us. But that's that. We weren't going to go all season without getting beat. I don't like getting beat, but I'm not massively upset about it. We got beat.
Jonny, Sarri's system, is it starting to take hold? Are the players looking like it's working for them?
I mean, yeah, you can say yesterday's game was a vindication of, bringing Kante, pushing him out onto the right-hand side, pushing him forward, playing Hazard up front. But, they went 12 games unbeaten. It's been a great season so far. Just because the wheels came off a little bit, everyone has a bit of a rocky patch at any stage. It's unfair to think the rest of the time they've been struggling for this system. Hazard's got twice as many assists as he did the entirety of last season. Kante scored 2 goals this season already, which is the same tally he's had for 2 years prior to that. It's a good system and players are slowly coming round to it.
Natalie, do we now have a title race?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've always had a title race.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think any City fans ever said we're gonna walk this league. It's always been a title race.
Apart from my uncle. My uncle did say they were going to walk the league, and they may probably still, to be fair. Yeah.
I've never ruled out Chelsea. I've never ruled out Tottenham or Arsenal. Of course, we've never ruled out Liverpool. As far as I'm concerned, it's been a 5-horse race now for most of the season. We just were on the top of the pile for most of it, and now we're not. So yeah, absolutely, we have a title race.
It'd be great if there was. It'd be really nice to see Liverpool keep it up for a while.
As long as it can go on, it's basically nice for the neutrals, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've heard from Jonny, we've heard from Natalie. Now it's time to hear from you. Thank you as always for sending in your questions. Natalie, we'll start with you. Louis from Barnsley says, do City lack a plan B?
What? Does City lack a plan B? Are you serious? Louis, are you serious? No, of course we don't. I mean, we have the greatest manager in the world, bar none. Clearly the guy isn't the greatest manager in the world because he has one plan. We're currently playing without 2 of the world's best players. Sergio Aguero and Kevin De Bruyne are injured. So if that isn't plan B, when you've not got 2 of the world's best players, then I don't know what is. And do you know what? Looking at it from the other side, if we've only got one plan, then fine. We've lost 1 game in 16 and we're the champions. If we are not playing without a plan B, then so what?
But I'm kind of with Louis here because what kind of different players does City have to bring on? It's all just these very good technical players. There isn't that.
No.
There's no big man up top.
We're just playing with good technical players.
They're not reeling this side anyway.
It's awful, yeah.
There's no Samaras, there's no Victor Anichebe. How can you call yourself a Premier League side if there's no big man up top?
Jonny, Jordan from Exeter says, should Chelsea start preparing for life without Hazard?
I think Chelsea should start preparing for life without Diego Costa at some stage. That's a bigger problem. You can see the way Sarri set his team up to play this year is that the whole team is like Hazard's not the player he was. He's a great player still. He's still got the skills of doing that, but he's not being able to play the football he wants because of the necessity of the players they have. They need a goal scorer before they need another creative midfielder. They've got players like Kante who obviously can play further forward now, so who needs him?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he is preparing for life without Hazard, and that's going to happen to any big football club any year. So I don't think it's anything to worry too much about. I don't think we're relying on him at the moment.
And with PSG and Madrid sniffing around, it really does feel like a matter of time till he does leave.
Oh yeah, without doubt. I think most Chelsea fans will accept that Hazard is on borrowed time now. He's not going to die. He's just not going to be at Stamford Bridge for another couple of seasons. But I don't think anyone's worried about it either.
Natalie, Luke in Wrexham says, is Gabriel Jesus a worthy successor to Sergio Aguero?
Oh, I mean, who is a worthy successor to Sergio Aguero? He's going to go down in history as one of the Premier League's greatest strikers. He's going to go down in history as one of City's top 2 players of all time, along with David Silva. So can anyone tell me who is a worthy successor to him?
Well, it's almost like City don't have any decent options to come off the bench.
Yes. Yes, I'll give you that. We don't have a third striker. Sergio Aguero is injured, and we brought Jesus off the bench. Let's not forget Jesus plays for Brazil. He starts for Brazil above anyone else. So let's give him a little bit of credit.
He does have time on his side.
He's 21.
No City fan gets excited to see him in the starting 11 instead of Aguero at the moment. But just look at what he was doing a year and a half ago. He was banging in goals for fun. He had an injury.
But that's not at his detriment. That's because of how good Sergio Aguero is.
People expect so much as well whenever you play for Manchester City to score 1,000 goals straight away. That's why people get on Sterling's back all the time. He's one of the best players in the Premier League.
No one gets on Sterling's back anymore.
You're missing chances left, right, and
centre.
one. So he's still got time to come good and be that replacement.
Right, I think we've wound these two up enough now. Let's see them go head to head. It's that part of the show where our two guests go head-to-head and present an unpopular opinion about the other's team. They have 30 seconds in which to convince me that their opinion is the correct one. Jonny, Chelsea won, so you go first. Your time starts now.
Ways I would describe Manchester City: beautiful, flamboyant, exciting, ineffective, found out, one-dimensional. A lot's been said about the strength and depth of this squad, but arguably you've got a squad of players that weaken the side when they come on. Gundogan, Delph, Gabriel Jesus. These are players that look great for most other teams, but if you're replacing De Bruyne, if you're replacing Sergio Aguero, you're gonna get found out. They're completely ineffective in that way. Without Mendy, you were off balance against Chelsea, and it seems like we found you out.
Your argument is we can't replace De Bruyne. Clearly not. Nobody can replace De Bruyne.
Natalie, you do have a right of reply, of course. Your 30 seconds starts now.
Eden Hazard is an incredible player, but I would have Raheem Sterling ahead of him any time. Raheem Sterling's played 2 less games than Hazard this season, but he's scored more goals. His shooting accuracy is better. His pass completion is better. He runs more kilometres in a game than Hazard. In terms of team play, he's done 4 times as many tackles as Hazard this season. He's 24, Hazard is 28, and probably's peaked now. Under Guardiola, Raheem Sterling has come on leaps and bounds. In 4 years' time, Raheem Sterling may be the greatest player in the world. He's English, he's a role model.
Raheem's definitely having a great season, Natalie. I will
Best
give
player
you that.
in the Premier League.
But Eden Hazard has proved it season after season. Jonny, I'm with you. I think City have been found out. Jonny Nelson, you win. Natalie, you lost. You're going to be facing the pressure challenge. How do you feel?
You're an absolute joke.
She's not wrong, you are.
Let's do it. Natalie, your time starts now. Spell stones backwards.
Senots.
Correct. Who were the last team to score more than 1 goal against City in the Premier League?
United?
Correct. Which former City manager is head coach of the Philippines national team?
Sven-Goran Eriksson?
Correct. Which Elton John song did Pep pick as his personal favourite?
I don't know. Candle in the Wind?
Your song. Can you reenact Martin Tyler's iconic commentary from when City...
Aguero!
Correct. Natalie, you got 4 out of 5. Natalie, 4 out of 5. That puts you top of the leaderboard. How do you feel?
Yeah, proud, and my team will soon follow me back to the top.
A well-deserved victory. Thank you to Natalie Pike. Thank you to Jonny Nelson. We'll see you next week for our final show of 2018.